Welcome back to the WDS Originals YouTube channel. My name's Jason and this is my V10 swapped E92 M3. And over the last couple of months we've been working hard building this car, and if you watched last week's episode you'll know that we're pretty much there and we're in the process of mapping this car up. Now, one thing I do want to do is add an Xtrons head unit to the centre of this car so that I don't have to have the car constantly connected to a laptop to see all that live data. I'd like to be able to view it inside the car on the screen in the centre console. So if I connect an Xtrons head unit direct to that ECU, we'll have all of that information live on screen and also have the benefits of that Xtrons head unit with things like Apple CarPlay. So that's the aim of today. We're going to install that Xtrons head unit and hopefully have a lot more information available inside this car whilst we're driving every single day. So without further ado, let's get cracking. First up then is some unboxing. So in the package we have the user manual, the actual unit itself, which seems very slim actually, which is nice, and also all the wiring and everything we're going to need in order to get this installed in the E92. Have a little look. Nice and slim, plenty of connectivity on the rear, and it even looks like you can add a micro SIM card, so maybe you can connect some form of internet to this, which is quite cool. So that is the screen that we're going to be installing. This is all the mess that we've got to work out, where we're going to put it all and how it all wires up. And then we've got a little bit of information to help us do that. And it's now time to start installing this screen in my E92. So we're going to start by disconnecting the battery, relocating everything inside the car, studying the user manual and adding that go-go juice. So here's where we're at, guys. We have got the old screen removed. We're hovering the new screen up there for the time being, and we're focusing on all this wiring. So as you just saw in that time lapse, you've got to remove that center trim, take off all the plastic trims, pull the fan vents forwards, and remove a few screws in order to get that actual main bulky unit out of this center console. Once you've done all of that, you'll be left with quite a few wiring harnesses and a few things that we now need to start focusing on and start connecting all of our Android setup to the existing harnesses. So I'm gonna again study this little booklet that has actually been really helpful, and then hopefully we'll get through and manage to get this all installed. So I've studied my little booklet and I'm pretty sure I'm clued up with what we need to do. So let's have a little look at what's in this package. That looks like some form of GPS antenna, which has got a sticky pad on the back of it. Looks pretty simple. That again looks like some form of antenna, maybe DAB or GPS. Maybe I've got them mixed up the wrong way. Don't quote me, I'm no expert. Oh, that looks like the main harness, and for some reason it's got a speaker attached to it. That's a bit weird, but we'll get onto that, I'm sure. Again, looks pretty simple. Plug it in. We might have to do something with one of the fibre optic cables from what I looked at. And then this was some additional plugins for USBs, etc. So that could well be the way that I connect to the ECU, or alternatively I might end up doing it via Bluetooth and some form of app. I'm not 100% sure yet, but we'll get to that in a minute. That's that. I'm probably going to chuck you guys back on a time lapse so that you don't have to listen to me waffle and try and figure this out. So with this Xtrons unit now installed, it's time to turn my attention back to that MaxxECU and getting all this information on screen inside the car. So as you can see here, we've got the laptop connected to MTuner, which is the tuning software for MaxxECU, and I'm not 100% sure if I'm going to be able to get that on that screen. And if we can't get it on that screen, we're going to download some form of app that will allow us to tap into all those additional sensors that we wired on that engine loom, and then be able to display that on the screen. Now I'm just going to interrupt myself and take a moment to kindly ask you guys at home to hit that subscribe button, as it massively helps the channel grow and enables me to continue working with companies like Xtrons into the near future. Of course, if you guys want to make use of any form of discount, head down to the description and you'll find a link to the website. For now though, it's time to start downloading everything we need on this Android screen in order for us to access those gauges and connect to the MaxxECU. So I started by downloading M-, which is MaxxECU's own software for displaying all your clusters. I plugged it in via USB, and then I headed back up to that Android head unit to try and get this all to work. Now unfortunately, I was having a bit of a struggle with this. As you can see, I managed to load the interface, but what I couldn't do was connect the ECU. So I tried turning the ignition on, but as you can see in the top right hand corner of the screen, it still says disconnected. I then wondered if I could connect via Bluetooth, as I know that this has been an option previously. So I've tried to go through the settings and I managed to find the search feature for the Bluetooth, but yet still I couldn't connect. So I then turned myself to Facebook and the MaxxECU community page. Now this page is incredibly helpful and the guys on here are absolutely fantastic. And I used the search feature to type in Xtrons. As you can see, I've already done this, and this is for demonstration purposes. And I was able to scroll through previous posts of individuals who had had issues with the exact same thing. And what it appeared was that pretty much all Android units struggled to load M- properly. So you needed a certain type of Android setup running what's called Bluetooth 2 in order for this to work. So as an example, a Samsung Galaxy S9, so the new tablets, are able to run this setup. So what this means for me, unfortunately, I'm not going to be able to maximize that OEM clean finish. And if I want those additional gauges, I'm going to have some form of tablet or laptop set up to this ECU. That being said, the way that Adil and I have wired this car up doesn't specifically require the need for the tablet, as we've actually maintained and optimized a lot of the original OEM cluster by using things like that BSD board that we've previously spoken about. One thing's for sure, overall, I'm incredibly satisfied with my Xtrons Android unit. It's given me the additional functionality of things like Apple CarPlay, and it's even enabled me, if I wanted to add things like a reverse camera, and also given me the ability to download apps such as Netflix. So overall, I'm incredibly happy. It's modernised this interior and given me the ability to have some additional functionality that I'm very, very happy with. But personally, I would still like to gain that functionality from M-, so I went out and purchased a Samsung Galaxy tablet. I started connecting it to the ECU, and once it had connected, it was then able to display all the live information when we started this car up. Now M- is incredibly clever. You can move all of these gauges to wherever you want them, change the sizes, and add various different things. So that's exactly what I'm going to go and do now. I'm going to go and set this up properly and then start working out exactly where I'm going to mount this tablet and start focusing on getting that installed properly. Now, if you guys have got any suggestions as to how you would mount this Digi in your car, let me know down in the comments below. And of course, if you've enjoyed today's video, drop a comment, letting me know anything that you may wish to see in the future. But for now, I just want to thank you for watching, and I look forward to seeing you on the next one.